Hi, I'm Kira K. Dixon, and today Caitlin Clark is under the umbrellas. Welcome, Caitlin.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Well, I heard that it's your first time at Augusta National. So what are the impressions so far?
Oh gosh, I mean, like, this is a place that's on literally everyone's bucket.
Caitlin Clark had just stepped off the hardwood and suddenly found herself standing on golf's most sacred ground. What happened next? Nobody could have predicted. From center court to center stage at Augusta National during the Masters, Caitlin wasn't chasing trophies this time. She came to reflect, to reset, and to reveal a version of herself most fans never get to see. And this time, she let us in. The nerves, the golf stories, the off-season revelations, and the shocking way the game of golf mirrors everything she's learned from basketball. So the real question is, what did she reveal? And why has this interview exploded into viral headlines? Stay locked in, because Caitlin Clark didn't just show up at the Masters, she turned it into a moment that mattered.
Think like you see it on TV, but when you actually get here, it's a completely different experience. So beautiful. Like, wherever you look, it's like a postcard. It's amazing. I think the one thing that you can't tell on TV is the hills. Like, you can't really prepare for that. My legs were a little sore yesterday, but I mean, it's just unreal. It's perfect,
That's
honestly.
your preseason workout.
Yes, exactly. Getting my legs back in shape.
There you go. Yeah, what did you do? I walked the golf course.
Yeah, that's how I got back.
In true Caitlin Clark fashion, she couldn't resist breaking the tension with humor. She opened with a joke, but this wasn't just a laugh, it was a spark, a reminder that no matter the stage, she always finds a way to own the room.
I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna do the next day. So maybe play some golf. I think that's what I'm gonna do until it gets too cold in Indiana. So I got that. I'll become a professional golfer.
And then came the punchline everyone's talking about. After famously teasing that she'd spent her off-season becoming a professional golfer, Caitlin doubled down with a sly smile. She declared that walking Augusta's legendary hills had become her preseason conditioning, getting my legs back in shape. She laughed, hinting at the grueling trek even for spectators, but beneath the humor was something deeper. Classic Clark, a cocktail of focus, sarcasm, and competitive fire, always in season, always locked in, always finding a way to turn the ordinary into unforgettable.
Family is here with you. They're just off camera. When I told my family that I was working the Masters tournament, that I would get to be here.
That's not even working. That's, it's a treat.
That I would even get to be in the vicinity of Augusta National. They were so excited. What was their reaction when you found out that you were gonna all get the cup?
Once Caitlin wasn't the one drawing the cheers. She was the one giving them. At Augusta, she wasn't the headline, she was the fan, wide-eyed soaking it in. Family by her side. The superstar who usually commands the spotlight was now humbled, embracing the rare chance to simply be part of the crowd. Yet even here, her presence felt magnetic, as if the Masters itself couldn't help but give her a stage.
And this is at the top of their bucket list too. Like, they can't get enough of it. I slept in today. My brother and my dad were here right when the gates opened. They were walking around, nobody's playing. And that's what a lot of patrons do. They just walk around and want to see the course. And that's what my dad and my brother were doing. So they can't get enough of it. We've tried every single food. We're going down the list. So.
What's the favorite?
And then, because it's Caitlin Clark, we got a glimpse of her unfiltered priorities. Forget the trophies, forget the cameras. She was on a mission to conquer Augusta's legendary food. She confessed to indulging in desserts more than a couple, laughing that she'd need extra conditioning back in Indiana. From honey heat chicken salad sandwiches to plotting her next snack move. She wasn't just visiting the Masters, she was living it with joy, with humor, and with the kind of authenticity that makes her impossible to ignore.
Favorite, I think the Georgia peach ice cream sandwich. You can't go wrong with that. It's like, the peach isn't like overpowering, the sugar cookie is really good. Had a couple of them yesterday. I'm gonna need to get some extra conditioning in when I get back to Indianapolis, but I mean, you can't go wrong with anything. There's just so many things that are so good, and maybe it just tastes better because the view is also so amazing, but yeah, it's been fun.
Are you a pimento person?
Not a huge pimento person, but
it's a unique taste.
I would pick the chicken salad on the honey wheat before that. Okay. I really like the chicken salad. That's my go-to sandwich if I'm picking one.
Yeah, I like that. The protein, gets you through the day.
It's really.
And yes, Caitlin Clark plans her Masters outfits, just like the rest of us. Unsure about Augusta's unpredictable weather, she packed heavy, but every choice had intent. She wanted to look the part. And the best part, she hasn't even hit the merchandise tent yet. When she does, it's a mission.
Have you planned your outfits this week?
Ooh, well, I brought a ton of clothes because I didn't really know about the weather when I got here, but I mean, it's been perfect, but just trying to look the part at least, you know?
You do look the part, but you're a golfer, you know exactly what it takes.
I haven't gone to the merch area yet, so we're gonna get some good
Okay, what's
Masters.
on the...
everything. But also then you gotta buy for people too. You gotta stock up on Christmas gifts. My brother's already gone. He spent a bunch of money, I'm sure.
Oops.
I'll be up there too, but I'll get some hats, get some nice golf gear, because it's exclusive. You can only get it here, so you gotta go crazy while you can.
Family gifts, fresh hats, coffee mugs because she proudly calls herself a caffeine queen, and of course, exclusive golf gear you can't get anywhere else. Caitlin even confessed to scrolling TikTok merch hauls just to prep for the madness ahead. This wasn't casual shopping, it was strategy. Strategy meets style. And in these little details, fans are getting a glimpse of a side they almost never see.
I've been watching like TikTok hauls of like what people buy so I can be prepared of what I want to get.
Well, because when you go in there, you have to have a strategy.
You have to have a plan, yeah.
It's overwhelming.
There's so many people in there. I'll probably get some coffee mugs. My brother said the coffee mugs were going off I'm a big coffee person, so get some coffee mugs.
That's why Caitlin Clark at Augusta doesn't feel like a superstar cameo. It feels like all of us awestruck, snack-focused, wide-eyed, and ready to carve out memories with the people who matter most. She isn't just attending the Masters, she's living it like a dream we've all imagined.
I remember I was pretty young and like, I loved every sport. My parents like, I wanted to try whatever I could. And I remember on one of my birthdays, I forget how old I was turning, but I was pretty young. I got my first set of golf clubs and they were like bright pink, like the kid golf clubs. And I would always beg my dad to like take me and go golfing. I just really enjoyed it. I loved being outside. You know, I wasn't obviously very good. I still am a hack, but I think I just like love being outside.
But to truly understand the connection, you have to go back. Before Caitlin Clark was electrifying basketball courts, she was quietly falling in love with another game, one without teammates, without arenas, without a shot clock. Her relationship with golf began when she was young, and while she admits she's far from a pro, the story of how it all started is unforgettable. It begins with a birthday, a set of bright pink clubs, and a stubborn streak of persistence that would one day define her career.
The competitive aspect of it, it's like a battle with yourself. Like it's an individual sport. It's so different than basketball or the other sports that I played growing up. So I think it makes you have this mental toughness about you. I think that's what I love about it. But a lot of my friends played growing up and throughout college, and even now professionally, some of my teammates play. So it's like a fun, competitive thing we get to do together. And that's what I love about it. And yeah. That's the one bad thing about the WNBA is like it's during the summer, so I don't get to go out and golf as much, but I try to make as much time as I can without hurting my back because I still need to make some shots, you know, here
and there.
But yeah, I mean, I got into it at a young age and I've really always just loved it, and I'm very average at it, but it's so hard. Like everybody's mostly pretty average, but yeah, it's fun. I enjoy.
For Caitlin, golf has never been just a hobby, it's therapy. In a world where every dribble is watched, every shot dissected, and every move magnified, the course gives her something priceless. Silence, focus, freedom. It's where the pressure evaporates. The cameras fade, and it's just her, the club, and the next shot.
Also, I think like understanding how much I enjoy it and how peaceful it is. It's like such a nice way to get away from basketball and what your reality is every single day, and just to do something where you can like calm your mind and be away from people and be outside.
She laughs when people ask if she could ever pull off a Michael Jordan dropping 35 points after 18 holes. But what she admits is more revealing. She understands exactly why so many elite athletes fall in love with golf. Because it resets you, it clears your head, it recharges the mind, and for someone carrying the weight of a league on her shoulders, that reset may be the key to everything that comes next.
Why do basketball players specifically seem to love golf so much?
That's a really good question. Honestly, I really do think that like, one, it's a great escape for us. I think two, you know, we're so used to the team aspect, and then you get out on the course and it's such a challenge with yourself. Like it's you, the golf ball, the golf club, like the course, like that's all it is. You know, you don't have teammates to rely on. It's just a battle with yourself. And
it's almost like a mental exercise.
It really makes you mentally tough. And I think that's also what's really impressive about these professional golfers out here. Like you hit a bad shot, you don't have time to sulk, like you got to move on. And it is similar to basketball in the same way. Like you miss a shot, you got to move on. But you know, they're the one that has to step up and take the next shot. They don't have other teammates to rely on. So I think that's what's really impressive.
For Caitlin Clark, golf isn't just downtime, it's training in disguise. Because like basketball, it demands resilience. You slice a shot, you've still got to step up and take the next one. You miss a game-winning bucket, time to sprint back on defense. Both games teach the same unforgiving truth: move forward or get left behind.
Most important thing is managing your nerves here. How much do you relate to that? I know that you said you don't really get that nervous in basketball, but every once in a while, I'm sure something does spike.
Well, it was just like interesting, like walking around yesterday, like the fans are just like so on top of you. And I think as an athlete, like when you're in your element and you're competing and doing your thing, you don't always realize that. So I'm sure the guys get in their zone and kind of go about their business how they always do. But that element is always something that you can't prepare.
And Caitlin knows this better than anyone. You can't rehearse nerves. You can't simulate a roaring crowd. That's why both basketball and golf carry the same heartbeat, the need to lock in, block out the noise, and deliver under pressure. At Augusta, even as a spectator, she felt those jitters coursing through her, and instead of resisting them, she embraced them. That's the magic. Golf pushes her in ways that sharpen every edge of her game.
Just in basketball, like you don't show up to practice and there's not fans there yelling and screaming and cheering or walking alongside the ropes or sitting behind the green. Like those are just elements you can't prepare for. And, you know, you just kind of have to zone in and lock in and block out kind of all that noise, but also enjoy it at the same time because, you know, this place is beautiful and incredible. And, you know, having fans or crowds or whatever it is follow you in professional sports, like that's what makes it really fun.
Caitlin isn't just a casual golf fan, she understands it at its core. The strategy, the mindset, the grind, that appreciation is what links her love of basketball and golf so seamlessly. With a grin, she recalls stories of Steph Curry sneaking in range sessions after brutal games, proof that the world's best lean on the game she's falling deeper into.
One of my favorite stories is when Steph Curry, I think it was the playoffs, and I think it was the finals, they had just lost and he didn't play very well. And the next day they had off and he didn't want to go to the gym, he wanted to go to the golf course and just hit balls. And then the next day he came out and had like 45 points and shot really well. And I think it just shows like how nice of a calming aspect it is for professional athletes, but also the competitive side of it. Like you love that too. And obviously Steph is really good, but I think that is one of my favorite stories is like, you understand like this is an escape for us too. Like it's that peaceful.
And then there's Michael Jordan dropping 35 points after 18 holes. Caitlin doesn't just retell these stories, she decodes them. She understands their meaning. And that's where her sports IQ cuts through. To her, golf isn't some quirky side quest, it's a mental blueprint, echoing everything she values about competition at the highest level.
MJ is really competitive with it. The stories about MJ are crazy. Like he would go play 18 and then show up to the game and drop 35. I could never do that. Like that's a different breed, but yeah, you find a lot of hoopers also like basketball too.
But here's the twist. Caitlin isn't alone. Quietly, golf is spreading through the WNBA. From playful back and forths with former teammate Grace Berger, a legit state champion, to locker room chatter about picking up clubs, there's a buzz. And Caitlin, she's leaning into it hard, almost like the league's unofficial golf whisperer.
I believe Grace was a state champion in high school for golf. Have you played with them?
Grace was?
Yeah.
What?
Have you played with anyone? Yeah, I think
Grace, you were a state champion golfer? Why did you hide that from me? She was on the team, they didn't play her, apparently.
Have you played with anyone on this team yet?
Honestly, I have not. I need to go. I know Lexi plays a little bit. Christy actually plays a little bit. Me and Christy probably go out there at some point and see if she can swing a golf club. I don't know. But I think a decent amount of people probably play. We can get them into it. We probably need to get some people out there. I want to see like AB swing a golf club. I feel like that might be funny. Yeah, she probably won't like it.
Teammates have already started approaching her, some half joking, others serious, asking how to even hold a club, how to take that first swing. Caitlin laughs, but her excitement is obvious. She loves sparking their curiosity. She's even mapping out casual outings, public courses where they can learn. No judgment, bad swings and all. Because to her, golf isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. And that lesson translates everywhere.
What would be your pitch to other athletes in the W to play golf?
Well, it's funny. I have a lot of teammates that also don't play, and like we talk about it and they're like, I see you play golf. Like, I really want to try. It's like, they like want me to help them get into it, which I think is super cute. And I don't think they realize how hard it's going to be, but they're like, I don't know how to swing a golf club. I'm like, I'll help you. So I think I just tell them like, it's a great way to spend time with the people you love. Like, that's my favorite thing about it.
There's something beautifully pure about it. No cameras, no spotlight, just athletes stepping outside their element, learning something new side by side. And Caitlin's right in the middle, leading not as a star everyone knows, but as a teammate, handing over an extra club and saying, here, let's figure this out together.
It probably frustrates me a lot, but also like, it's just a great way to be outside, to meet people, to spend time with people. It brings people together, and you know, that's what's so amazing about it. So I'm gonna work on giving some of my teammates a few lessons. I don't know if they actually want lessons from me, but I'm gonna try to help them the best I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, they wanna go out and play. So we're gonna find some courses in Indianapolis and get out there. Definitely some public courses that maybe aren't like as nice as other ones, because I might put some divots in the ground, but It'll be fun.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's how you learn.
That is how you learn. We've all been there.
But they're also so much farther ahead because the hand-eye is there.
Yes, they're athletes, you know? They're one step ahead. So.
Her off-season this year looked different, refreshingly different. For the first time in forever, Caitlin allowed herself to breathe. No non-stop grind, no immediate pivot into training. Instead, she picked up her golf clubs, the swing, still a work in progress, the joy, instant, and that's when things started to get interesting.
This off season for you has been the longest time that you've had to actually have a break from playing basketball at an elite level. And you said, I think in the beginning of the off season, you said you were going to try to become a professional golfer. So where are we in our journey with golf right now in the off season?
Well, I'm in Indianapolis mostly during the off season, so it's so cold.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We gotta get you a simulator.
Yeah, exactly. I was joking around, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, maybe she can do it." I'm like, "No,
well,
people don't understand."
That just goes to show what people think of how much of an athlete you are.
Which I really appreciate. Which I really
it's a compliment.
appreciate. Yeah. But it was fun. I played a ton right after the season ended. I got to play with Nelly Korda.
Soon she found herself teeing off with Nelly Korda, walking fairways alongside John Ram and Max Homa, even sharing moments with LPGA legend Annika And yes, she admitted she was nervous, more nervous than I get in basketball. But that's exactly what made it unforgettable. These weren't just celebrity rounds. They were reminders Caitlin still loves to learn, to be challenged, to chase greatness in new ways.
Oh gosh, I've never been so nervous in my life.
That's saying a lot too.
I know, I don't get nervous for basketball, but that's maybe because I know I'm actually okay at that. I'm decent at that.
You're pretty good, yeah.
Golf, you never know what might happen. I about killed somebody on like the 6th tee, but it's really fun. It was great. I'm honestly not used to walking 18, so that's an adjustment too, but like I said, like those are once in a lifetime experiences that I'm lucky enough to have. And Nelly and Annika were both tremendous, and they're so easygoing, and two of the best female golfers of all time. So how cool is that I get to say I played 9 holes with each.
What struck her most wasn't just the game, it was the warmth, the way the golf community embraced her, sending her clubs, inviting her into treating her not as a visitor, but as one of their own. To them, it didn't matter that she was a basketball star. What mattered was that she cared. And for Caitlin, that meant everything. It showed her the true power of crossover support.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but anytime someone outside of the quote golf world shows any level of interest, the golf world just wants to wrap their arms around you. What has been your thought on the reaction that golf has had to you being interested in golf?
Yeah, I think it's been really fun, and obviously it's allowed me a lot of really cool opportunities and to do a lot of really cool different things, whether it's playing the Pro-Ams, whether it's be here, whether whatever it is, whether it's people just sending me golf clubs for free to try out. I'm never mad at that. I'm never mad at that. But it's super fun. I think it shows how much the game of golf is also growing.
Now she's paying it forward, loudly cheering on the LPGA, backing the women, blazing their own trails. Because to Caitlin, it's never been about staying in one lane. It's about opening doors both ways. If golf fans tune into women's basketball, and basketball fans start watching women's golf, that's how momentum is built. From Augusta to Cambridge, from the WNBA to the LPG, Caitlin is proving one thing: when excellence is real, it transcends sport.
I think over COVID, it certainly helped too. Like that's when my brothers picked it up. They didn't play when we were kids, and that's when they picked it up and really started enjoying it, and now they can't get enough of it. And it's the same with a lot of my friends and teammates. So, it's just such a welcoming community, and it's really fun for me to be a part of, and and to bring more eyes to golf, and then in return, hopefully a lot of golf fans start watching women's basketball too.
To Caitlin, the Masters isn't just another tournament, it's sacred. No phones, no distractions, just the stillness of the course, the weight of history, and the quiet hum of thousands locked into the moment. She called it unlike anything else. And not just because of the views, because of the presence it demands. You don't just watch greatness at Augusta, you feel it.
I honestly would probably put it number 1. Oh, wow. And I think it's just so different than everything else. There's really just nothing like this. And I think honestly the aspect of like not having your phone is so unique. Like you can tell everybody is so invested, and they're really just there to watch the greatness of the athletes. And even the golfers talking about it after their rounds, like they feel a different level of engagement from the fans too, and how invested they are. And you're really just living in the moment. And I think as a professional athlete, like you can empathize with that. And I think that's really cool. And then, I just feel like a normal fan getting to follow on the court.
By the end of that weekend, Caitlin wasn't just inspired, she was changed. From following groups off the first tee to reflecting on nerves in different arenas. Her appreciation for peak performance deepened. She called Augusta one of the most magical places she's ever been, and you could hear in her voice she meant it. For her and her family, this wasn't just a trip. It was a memory etched forever in green, gold, and gratitude.
What we all love about it is like you're just one of the normal fans walking around doing all the same exact stuff, and there's just like a peacefulness about it. So I would put that up there at probably number one, because it's just so different. Like there's really nothing like this, and maybe the weather we're getting spoiled with is making me a bit biased, but it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
She didn't travel to Augusta to dominate. She came to disconnect, to reflect, to rediscover the joy of sport itself. And in that rare pause away from the court, Caitlin reminded us all greatness isn't only measured in points or trophies. It's found in curiosity, humility, and in the way you lift others as you climb.
This show is all about capturing the magic of Augusta National. How would you define the magic of Augusta National and the Masters tournament?
I think it's one of the most magical places I've ever been in my life, honestly. Like I think it's that special, and everybody knows that, whether you've been here or not. But once you really step foot on this whole course, this entire area, like it just puts into perspective how special this place really is. So it's been a magical few days for me and my family, so we've had a great time.
So whether she's draining threes in the WNBA or slicing tee shots on a quiet fairway, Caitlin Clark is building more than a career. She's building a culture where women across every sport are seen, celebrated, and supported. Augusta showed us something powerful. The magic happens when you slow down, look around, and realize you're witnessing something special.